Hi there and welcome to the channel. I'm Slate and today I have another cheese strategy for a different Void Rift boss. This time we are going to be taking on Ludwig, also known as the Tentacle boss. So this is going to be the team that we are going to use. The one hero that you absolutely need in order to do this is going to be Setrum. Now for earlier difficulties, so before Nightmare, because this is obviously on Nightmare level, you can actually use this strategy with Idril as long as you make sure that she times her ultimate right. And you'll see what I mean when we are taking out the boss, because that is basically what we're going to do, is take out the boss so that the skeletons don't multiply and you don't have to worry about being overrun. Now for the rest of the team, it's pretty straightforward. You're going to need 2 tanks, 2 healers, and some form of DPS. Now I've kept it with just epics to keep this as accessible as possible, but yeah, we've got 1 AoE magic dealer with Iona, 1 AoE fighter with Estrid, and an AoE marksman with Maul. Other options would be Nyx, Arrogance, Hatsut, Razark. You know, there are so many options that you can do. Just sub what you have and what you want to use for these different placements. Just bear in mind the cost difference might sort of make a difference. So how many times am I going to say difference? Anyway, let's get into the fight. Okay, so first things first, we are going to place Oleg on the front tile. And this is why you need to make sure that the tank that you place here is able to sustain themselves. Oleg, Brokir, something like that. Now, as soon as Ludwig, our little tentacle boss, puts his hand into the ground, that is when we're going to place our next damage dealer. The reason you don't want to do this beforehand is it will then go on said damage dealer and kill them. So this way it goes on the tank and everything. Immediately, we also want to put down Setrum, but you need to make sure he can tank 2 hits. If he can't tank 2 hits, then you are going to want to place him at 30 cost. And as soon as we get to 17, that is we're going to place Vortex facing left. Okay, now next thing we're going to do is wait for Setrum's ult to be ready, as well as placing Isolde on the bottom as our next tank. But as soon as Setrum is ready, this is where the cheese and the magic happens. We are going to ult, and he is going to melt the boss. Literally just 1 ultimate, absolutely nail it. So good. And what this means is the rest of the fight is pretty much easy peasy, super breezy, and just amazing. So what we're going to do is once he's taken down the boss, that is when we're going to pick him up and we're going to start to place the rest of our heroes. So behind the tank, that's where your long range fighter. We're going to bring in our second healer. You can also pick up Vortex to turn him around as well. And then we are going to place our AoE mage. And while we wait for that, I'm going to talk about, again, why this is so good. So you'll notice here, these skeletons that come out, if you don't take down the boss, he multiplies them to the point where it is an insane amount of skeletons and you run the risk of being overwhelmed unless you have crazy strong AoE damage. So if you do that, you know, this strategy doesn't need to be for you. But yeah, I absolutely love it because it does make the fight so much easier. Like I said, you can bring basically whoever you want for this fight. There are so many different options. And I am going to run the fight on auto once I do the final 2 placements because, like I said, it is pretty straightforward. You want to ult when the enemies are there, and you want to save your ults for when they're not. So yeah, we'll place down Setrum, and we will place down Vortex. And now I'm going to run the rest of the fight on 2x, so enjoy. end of the fight, everyone. Now, pretty much that's the cheese. And yeah, huge thank you to Wombo for putting me onto this strategy, and another big thank you to all of my members for making this video possible. This was done on live with them like we do every week on a Tuesday. Do let me know in the comments below how you get on with this strategy. Does it work for you? Have you found a different way to cheese the boss? I'd love to hear it, as well as any other tips and tricks that you might want to see for Void Rift. But yeah, that is going to be it for the day. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. So until then, take care and bye for now.